Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another installment of the Whiskey and Wisdom Podcast. I'm with my good brothers, Bruce.
What up?
Tyrone.
What up?
And myself, Mike. Thank y'all, man. We appreciate y'all listening in. We're going to go ahead and get right real quick. Got to get my libations. You know what I mean?
That long and served well. Yes, sir.
Absolutely. Hopefully y'all got y'all's as well, man, so we can go ahead and enjoy this podcast and chill out, relax, and get educated. How y'all brothers doing today, man?
I'm blessed, man. I'm just blessed.
Look, man, that song coming out soon, ain't it?
Hey, man, Ty, you gotta drop that train, man. You need the ad-libs and everything, bro. You gotta drop that.
That new Ty Wave, boy.
Yeah, I got to sing over that thing, boy.
Oh, man.
I'm good, man. I'm good.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Bruce, how about you, brother?
Blessed.
Oh, man. I don't know if y'all sound like Rod Wave, y'all sound like Ross, man. I'm trying to figure it out right now. Oh, man.
No, man. I'm great, man. I'm Gucci, man. I'm great, man. I appreciate being on here with you brothers, man, as always.
Yes, sir.
How about you, Mike, man? How you doing, bro?
Tired, man. Like you told me, I need to start working them double and triple shifts. So one of these days I'm gonna learn.
You working like a Wayans brother.
Which one though? Because there's different scales. Is it Marlon? Is it Sean?
Marlon.
Okay,
Marlon.
all right, I'll take that. Marlon definitely the hardest working one for sure. Outside of Keenan.
Well,
Sure.
Keenan, he at that boss level now. He get to sit back and just send off what to do.
Right.
That's a fact. Look, while we talking about it, that's a hell of a way to have a family. You know what I mean? Have a family business where all of you, your siblings, and you know, you guys can cultivate a niche in a business where it's not prevalent for us to succeed in. So, shout out to the Wayans real quick while we touching on them.
Big shouts.
Big shouts.
For sure.
We don't talk about them enough.
Absolutely. That's an absolute fact, and we should. We definitely should. They should get more respect than what we give them for everything that they've done, the people that they put on, and just the comedy that they brought to the forefront. So for sure, 100% respect to the Wayans. So we're gonna go ahead and get started off in this podcast. We're gonna get right into it with a recap or the question of the day. So last podcast we talked about Chainz and Ross, and we kind of asked a question last week: whose career would you rather have? And based upon just, you know, all the success, trials, tribulations, reputation, 67% of y'all would rather have 2 Chainz' career, while 33% of y'all would rather have Rick Ross's career. So that's interesting that that poll went that way. I didn't expect it to go that way. Did y'all feel like that was going to go that way?
Nah, I thought it was gonna fall on Ross side. Apparently, we got some grinders out here.
I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
Why do you think it swayed that way?
I think it's the other things on top of it that people made they vote for. People took it like they took it real literal when you said the exact career of Rick Ross or 2 Chainz. Because I mean, to the streets, 2 Chainz seems like that's the career to have. But like, let's be honest, man. If you in 2020 listening to these rappers thinking that that's like facts, like, it's some eye-opening things I gotta have some conversations with you about, because not all of these rappers as hard as they seem and not selling as much as they say they selling. So if y'all getting upset about Rick Ross being a PO or whatever, like that, it is what it is, man. But I just judged mine when I talked about it last week on the rappers being a rapper.
Yeah. And I can see that side of it too, though. I can see the other side because, you know, I guess people want to feel like the person that they're listening to at least has a little bit of authenticity, and I think that's kind of what drives people to gravitate towards certain people, and they can cultivate those followings like that, you know. But you know, to your point, Ross is the better rapper. He's the more talented rapper, but I think people definitely look at him a little different, you know, in that regard. So because of that PO situation, so he gotta wear that. But he probably don't care. So why should we?
Yeah, they damn sure don't care at this point.
Laughing his way to the bank.
He has the last thing on his mind right now.
Yeah.
Imagine if we're being worried about what somebody think, and you live on the set of Coming to America. They rented your house to film a movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Y'all internet crazy, bro. I'll leave that here.
It's like I can wipe all my sorrows with all these Benjamins I got around here.
Facts.
Yeah. But it's funny because too, I know we touched on Jeezy last week in that topic. And, Ross kind of fits in that same category. Even when we discussed with Jeezy's, like, sometimes we can't believe everything these guys tell us. Like, he even though he took somebody's whole literal identity and then tried to sue him for it. You know what I mean? It's just we some people don't separate the art from the artist or the person from the personality. But you like who you like. And honestly, that's kind of just how it's gonna go.
Matter of fact, I think I gotta walk some of that back, by the way, because I went hard on about the Jeezy situation and all that other stuff. But to what Mike was saying last week, I think I'm gonna join you on that. Y'all got a parent. Like if you a parent and your child out here listening to Young Jeezy, you gotta be out here, or Rick Ross, you gotta be a better parent. I remember when I was coming up, I didn't get I wanted to get the DMX if it's dark, hell is hot album. And they said, hey, look, let me see your ID. And my mom was with me and she's like, oh, you need your ID? Oh, you ain't getting it. So, I mean, be better parents, man. That's all I can say to it on that, man. Like, the impressionable is only impression because the parents ain't there to supervise they shit.
That's true. I mean, you got to be there in order to supervise, but that's still on the fault of the parent.
Yeah, I guess my only issue with it was I understand where Rod was coming from because it's like you guys said, if he's looking up to him, you don't want your favorite rapper or favorite artist or favorite person that you admire and aspire to be out here selling wolf tickets. So I understand that point, but at the end of the day, Jeezy does have a responsibility like you guys said, as a parent. Like, nah, man, like I ain't gonna tell my son to trap or die. My son got an opportunity to do better than I did. I didn't really want to do it myself, but I was thrust into that game, so I played it. Luckily, I survived and came on the other side better. But nah, if my son is gonna have a better life, he don't need to be in a trap. He need to go to college, or whatever he decides he wants to do. So like you guys said, man, I agree with y'all 100%, man. Parents got to be more involved, and shout out to the ones that are, and keeping your kids in the straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna ask you guys this question, and I'm having a little bit of an issue here, guys. When's the last time I got a haircut, man? Because right now I am struggling right now trying to get a haircut, bro.
You said when last time we had a haircut?
Yeah.
Well, I get my cut every week, but it's in my bathroom and it's only me in that mug.
So hold on. So you cut your own hair every week?
Yeah. Well, every week I don't need to do a whole cut. Some weeks I just need to edge it up, and some weeks I just I'll take a little bit off the top. But yeah, every week I give it a little bit of attention.
Shit, I'm coming to you then.
Hey, you know where I'm at. You know where I'm at.
Nah, man, because it's hard, man. It's a struggle out here, bro. Like COVID running rampant. Don't know what's going on, and like I said, man, I'm scared to go to my barber like I normally have been. I'm even scared to even have my barber come to the crib. So it's just a lot, man. I did get a cut. I would say probably back maybe May, in early June, and that was when things were somewhat starting to look up and up. But yeah, I'm kind of struggling right now, man. I need a cut, man. I really do. Bruce, you had a cut recently, man. Or you still holding
Hey,
out?
man, I'm working on my Duke starting 5. Which means that ain't no cut. It just line up.
Word, you go throw Duke in there.
Hey, look, bro.
Come on.
Hey, but no shots at them because that's dope that they out there and say, hey, no cuts, just lineups.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Yeah.
But I feel your struggle, bro. Cause like, look, I'm looking at people who got them fresh haircuts. What's going on right now, man? I look at them as very irresponsible. You got to line up in a fresh cut to go do what? Sit in the house?
Exactly. Where you going at?
I know your wife. It's like,
Where is she going at?
y'all sitting in the house doing nothing. Like
Mhm.
to go to brunch. Oh, brunch in the house.
Yep. Get right.
I'm
Oh
saying,
man, nah. Some of them going to Jamaican Tulum though.
bro. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I seen some IG videos, to say the least, man. Some IG stories that I was very. I'm not gonna do that, bro. We're not gonna do that. I was very confused, conflicted. I wanted to say some things, I want to call them out, but look, we're not gonna do that.
Okay, we can bypass that because I saw the same ones. I've been seeing it for the last 2 months too. I'm like, y'all really out here like for real?
Hey, look, men, women, children, and kids, man. Some people don't even care, bro.
Hey, look, it was already kind of difficult to find a barber without COVID-19. Because, you got to do the test to see if you're the right one, or if you're new to an area, you got to go word of mouth. And if something go bad, then you got to kind of figure out the whole situation over again. It was already stressful trying to find a barber. But now, I don't want to go into nobody's establishment. I don't care if you got plexiglass in between, you wearing your gloves. Like at some point, if I want my facial hair, tighten up a little bit, I'm gonna have to take my mask off. I'm gonna have to take it off regardless because you can't get behind my ears right,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not paying, a haircut price at a COVID-19 situation. Like you're not gonna be able to do it like I would want, and we both be safe. So I just had to, do my little YouTube thing, and I figured some things out.
You be in the barber shop having to act like a girl taking her bra strap off and take the left right off so she can get around the ear and put it back on. Nah, fam.
Oh my god, that's some real stuff too. And then on top of that, like, and I ain't trying to call anybody out, but some barbers are increasing their prices, man. Like seriously, that's what we doing. Y'all charging the price now. What's it called? I guess it's like emergency. What was I forgot the price terminology, but I guess when the price is going up now, they need that damage pay. They need that pay again.
Oh, the hazardous pay.
The hazardous there it goes. Hazardous pay. That's what it is.
Hey, we need the hazardous pay, bro.
So wait a minute. So you mean tell me you went from 25 to 40? That's hazard pay? Okay, cool. All right,
y'all,
cool.
hold on. Y'all, whoa. Slow down for 1 second.
Well, first of all, I would not know. So, ask Mike.
Mike.
I don't know either.
You said it, so I got to ask you, Mike. The haircuts was $24 at one point?
25.
25? And that's the whole thing? Like, that's the beard and everything?
Yeah, that was the beard and everything.
Shit. Man, I can't wait to get out there with y'all, boy. Haircuts cost me $40 just to sit down.
Well, they do. Well, they $40 now though. That's hazard pay.
Just now. Like, we're in a pandemic. It's a pandemic. I understand it. Like, I'm willing to spend $40 now, but during regular time, when it was just regular outside, it was $40. Get a lineup. Yeah, to get a haircut, get the beard done, all that, $40, bro. I was like, where my beard and my shot at?
That's a fact.
Right? Nah, I ain't never paid no more than 25. Well, I add a tip on, but that's not, that ain't to sit down.
And they asking me why I'm ready to get out the city.
Yeah. I think the most I paid for a cut, I was in Maryland for a summer, and I think I paid $50 per cut.
Whoa, hold up.
What? Well, what's take the tip off? Well, first of all,
he didn't get a tip. He didn't get a tip.
So that's no tip.
The tip was him get a better job because I ain't.
Oh god, dang.
So hold up. Let's go through this $50 cut. What was included?
The trimmers, the clippers, and a little powder.
No razor?
No razor.
They ain't hit you with the little massage? With the little massage joint?
Massage? Man, he massaged his foot in that chair and put it up.
Now you know
You
they got the
bugging.
little massage tool to hit your neck with a joint. Between
He
your
he
shoulders.
was in a
Theragun. Get hit with a Theragun before you get a haircut.
fam. He was in an office. He was in an office complex. He
Oh
had an
hell
office
no!
space and was
No
charging
sir,
$50.
no
I
sir.
said no.
You ain't even got your own space. Like this, somebody else defined the space, and you turned it into a barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yep.
bugging.
He only saw me once. That was it.
50.
I went the whole. I got my cut before I left. And luckily, I was only there 3 months. It was in the summer. I was with my cousin, and I went to see him one time. I ain't go back. My hair stayed that way till I went back to VA.
So was this
Alpha-C-note?
price advertised?
Yeah.
Or did
Yeah,
he
it was
just spring that
advertised.
on you when it was over?
No, it was advertised. He got the price right on the door when you walk in.
Oh well, that's you. That's on.
I'm
That's
about
on
to
you.
say, hold on. I'm not about to go up in that thing for that.
Hey, listen. When you in an area that you don't know, and that's your cousin's barber, and I ain't really know who to ask at that point, and I won't go into DC to try to get no cut because I ain't really know nobody like that. So I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna roll with him. I'm only spending it one time. That's it. I just need to cut bad because it was looking crazy, and I got
Hey,
him to
look.
cut it down as low as he can get it, so I can just keep it like that for the whole rest of the summer.
Hey yo, I used to live in DC. Well, Jace, but I used to live out there, man. I'm gonna give y'all some little tips or how I used to get down over there, man. You know the best haircut place to get your haircut in DC?
What are that?
Same place you can get some good fried wings from.
Hold up.
Them Asian folks.
Oh, word.
I used to hit the Asian spot like over in Virginia side, like over in the DMV area, man. I used to hit the little Asian spot, bro. They had my line right, boy. The line was right. I had little fro that I didn't think I had was able to get. They had that jank rocking, like, bro. My fade was on fire back then, like on fire, and that shit won't nothing but $25.
Dang.
So to hear you spent 2 Virgils. Oh no, you spent a Virgil, bro.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
I feel it for you.
Nah, trust me, he only got me once. One time, shame on me. Won't give me again.
Was it packed in there? I mean, he had a,
Hell no, I
Yeah,
won't
you gotta
pack.
wait.
was it
no.
a wait? Yeah, like
The only wait I had was for my little cousins to finish getting their haircut. That was it.
Shit. Nah, bro. He hit you in the head.
he hit all y'all.
First and only
He could shut
customer.
the shop down after y'all left. Bills paid for the day. Let's go.
He hit you with
So-
that bibby.
So hold on. The kids cuts was 15. The adult cuts
Nigga,
was
hold up.
What?
Whoa.
Yeah.
What type of formula is this?
Bruh. I'll ask no questions. Just know I ain't going back to him.
He hit
all
you with
I'm
that
saying.
out of state customer
Yeah,
pay.
definitely. He said,
Like
yo,
you,
your cousin
know
come
when
in
you go to
town.
college, you know that out of college, the out of state speed.
Yeah. I don't know no better. 50, bro.
Nah, I knew better because my barber back home was charging me 10. That was it. I knew better. My line was straight. That's what I'm trying to figure. I said, bro, this is the last time I'm coming here. I wait till I go back home to get my haircut, bro. No, sir. No.
Damn, bro.
No.
That's a big jump, bro.
15 to 50.
Super. Super.
God. Ain't that
You
much
must-
more hair I gotta cut.
Bruh, you better been Grammy ready.
It was still the same regular ass cut up again.
I mean, he hit you with a bottle of water, like some.
He
some-
didn't even hit him with the razor. That's how I know that haircut was trash.
I was parched the whole time. I didn't get no water, man. Nah. He ain't see me no more. Trust me. Trust and believe that.
Bro, I lived in San Francisco. You got a shot and a haircut, and it didn't cost no $50.
Dang.
That's crazy.
I ain't never
Yeah.
paid 50, man. I ain't never paid that.
That's crazy. Yeah. Hey, look, if I feel bad bringing a $50 to a barbershop, let alone be charged 50. Did you run your card at least? Did he had a little card reader thing?
Nah, I paid that man cash. I walked out.
Oh hell no, bro.
He
Man, I
has
got
notes.
40. I got 40, and that's all I got, bro.
Oh, he hit you with that.
That's what I would hit him with.
You're my first customer.
I would have hit him with I got $40, and that's all I got.
I thought about it. But my cousin was right there. I won't try to embarrass him. So I was like, nah, I'm hitting with the 50.
Your cousin thought you was there.
That's a that's a fact, man. Shout out to my cousin Dorian, man. Shout out to my cousin Dorian, man. I don't know if he's still getting his cut,
need
though.
to divorce him too.
He might not. I don't think he's going no more. I think last time I checked, he ain't going no more. So I think that was an amicable split.
Oh, he brought you to the tester barbershop. That's like when Ty tests his friends to hang out or not. Like you gotta go to the tester.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact. So
ain't no easy way to weed out a barber though. You're gonna have to go with that bad cut for a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, you put a fitted on.
Yeah. That too. The good thing is, like Bruce was saying earlier, we're in the house. So you can hide for 14 days and let that hair grow back, let that line creep back in. So
that's a fact.
Yeah. You got a point there.
But Ty, if I come though, don't charge me $50 though, bro. Seriously.
Well, you know hey, look, Ty, you know the going rate now, so.
Right?
You know what?
I'm gonna hook you out.
Keep it a virtual.
Get your plate. Get you a couple drinks. All right, that's 50 right there, bro.
That man gonna have me drunk and have my line slanted.
And be feeding you flats.
Right. I told you not to move, didn't I?
Hey, look, hit them flats, man. Hit them flats. I got a shot
you
for
straight.
you.
Here go show you be good, bro. Don't even worry about it.
My man Colonel Sanders with the chicken wings though. That's another story for another day.
Hey, look, we gonna keep it on low, man.
Yeah, for sure. I ain't say no more. Hey,
just know that the 919, I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you.
Yeah, just know too, bro. You're gonna leave more happier than you did when you spent that 50 spot. You gonna feel like you got something worth it.
For sure.
At least a couple of laughs. God dang.
Right. So did he any jokes, any conversation?
Little conversation.
He silently took your 50, bro. Dang.
He had nothing for me. He had nothing for me, bro.
He ain't even had the TVs in the spot. Look, he just sitting there hearing the.
Nah. He had the TV on,
cord, bro.
He had the TV on. He had that old Wolverine movie on playing on the bootleg.
Oh
joint.
hell no! You should at least had the Bluetooth. Hey, look, man, play what you want to play on your phone, man. Whatever you want to listen to.
Yeah, give me some type of options up in here,
bro. That was an experience. I'll trust me. I try to forget.
Hey, look, man. Black women be talking about how hard it is for them with their hair, man. Look, this is another reason why we gotta explain to y'all that black hair is just as difficult to deal with, bro. We got these so-called bosses, so-called like owners, and they sending you over to a dang on industrial lot to get your hair cut. No, bro. Step your business game up,
please.
And y'all make it seem like, oh, y'all be fine. No, y'all can disguise y'all hairs in different ways. Once we get a cut, that's it. If your line messed up, it's messed up. You ain't nothing, ain't no dye, ain't no weave. You can't put nothing in your hair to try to cover that thing up, man.
Nah.
So
facts.
Nah.
I see Lena Waithe got a movie coming out, a show or something on Hulu about hair, about black women hair. Man, look, we need to have the barbershop version of that, bro. The hair turned into a monster. Is pretty much what it looked like from the clips or whatever. But
I mean, that's what Mav Carter and LeBron do. Never mind, I ain't going there.
Oh my god.
I ain't going there. Shout out to
hey, look, next topic. Next topic. Before he bury himself over here.
Yeah. Kamala. Let's move forward to Kamala, man.
Hey, so how you say her name? Kamala is how you say her name.
Exactly.
Like comma COMMA love. Cause damn, man, I done heard all kind of stuff, bro.
Right.
Somebody called her Cam. I'm like, look, that ain't Cam from 7'5". That's Kamala.
Yeah, that ain't her.
I've seen a lot of other names that I won't say here, but I just know some of y'all gotta chill, man. Some of y'all gotta chill. You know, this is we're in an unprecedented time, and this was somewhat of an historical move that is being taken place. Joe Biden this week announced that Kamala Harris is going to be his vice president in his presidential bid in 2020. It's a historical move because she's the first woman of color from the Democratic Party to be nominated as a vice president. So this is a big historical step, not only for the Democratic Party, but for her political career, and for Joe Biden, his presidential campaign that he has, and trying to attract more voters and trying to really win an election from the president that we have currently in the White House, which shall remain unnameless. So I want to ask you guys, how do you guys feel about one, his selection, and two, do you feel is she going to be enough of a building block for him to actually come and become victorious come November?
Um, how do I feel about the move? I thought it was a good move. I definitely I feel it's always a good thing when we're put in certain situations and positions and of power. It does a lot for us, from where we sit and down to the youth. So I'm not against the choice for her. As far as if she's a good fit for it or would she do a good job, I can never answer that question for anybody, no matter what their skin is and where they came from, because I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, these people can tell you, and I'm not trying to put her in a bad light of a political state, but politicians have a way of being great salespeople. You really don't know what they're going to do once they're given the power. Obviously, I have high hopes that she will do some things to help continue to lead us in a direction of where we're seen in a better light and given better opportunities and treated equally. Amongst a lot of other things that we've been dealing with, and change the narrative. But I don't know, bro. Like I hope that she's able to get some things changed and so that helps the lesser population and and to help us move forward. But I don't know. You really don't know what will happen until we get there.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Bruce, what about you, bro?
I want to start off, man. Shout outs and congratulations to Kamala Harris, the first black female to be on the vice president candidacy. That's we can't overstep that part. It wouldn't have been my personal vote, but I mean, black women again showing us that they're just not going to stand up and deal with what's there. They're not going to stay like they're not taking the status quo. So, shout out to that. Secondly, I want to say that if it was a vote of mine, I would have said Keisha Lance Bottoms for sure or Stacey Abrams. Somebody I felt like they would have been able to stand with not as much things in the closet. I feel like what we about to find out is that Kamala has a lot of things in the background that has happened because she done locked a lot of us up. So if y'all was out here thinking like police defund the police, I don't think that's gonna happen with this presidential people that we have standing up right now. Well, not standing up, I'm sorry. For the electorals that's out there right now. I don't think that's gonna happen. So but I mean, at this point, man, you either knew who you was gonna vote for or you didn't. At already, it didn't matter who the vice president nominee was gonna be or whatever. It didn't matter. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that. I feel like she definitely wouldn't have been my choice. I would have loved to have seen, um, like you said, Keisha Lance Bottoms, and I think a lot of people made it seem like she wasn't ready. But I think that notion has to go out the window too, because we don't know who's ready until they're put in that position. Because how are we really going to know that Kamala's ready? Like Bruce was just saying, she's got a lot of things that she has to convince people of now because of her past track record. So it's going to be very interesting to see how she does that on this political campaign, being that this is going to be a different time for her, being that she can't just be out and about like she once was. So or like in past elections with everything going on. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens. And two, I just hope the Democrats understand what they decided to do with this move. Um, and I hope that everybody else that's in the Democratic Party that's running, I hope you guys understand that you guys need to do more to impact the next election, not this one, but the next 4 years and 8 years. Because the Republicans did a great job of gerrymandering the whole political map the last 8 years while President Obama was in place. So I'm hoping that all the bickering that I'm seeing Democrats do from both liberal and staunch old faction Democrats, I hope you guys are behind the scenes actually coming together and finding ways to do things differently with this political map. And,
I
and
want to
just
add something to that too.
go
I
ahead,
want
go
to
ahead.
add something to that. For your young folks who are out there right now, the folks younger than me who want to be involved in politics and like they see that as a future. I see a lot of y'all have dedicated yourselves as Democrats. Right now is the perfect time to run as an independent. I think that was the difference back in the Clinton registration and the Bush registration. Not as much during Obama. It wasn't a real independent of a chance, but I think it's time to have that independent voice because right now the two party system isn't going to last. It's not real. Like what everybody's asking for and what everybody wants to have change, it's not real. Not to be able to have like Crips versus Bloods,
Right.
and it's crazy that they both wear those same colors.
Mm,
Hmm.
talk about it.
So I mean, like it's got to be more people really willing to stand. And I understand like it's a money game that runs it all and all that stuff, but I'm pretty sure that there is funding for another party to step up out of the ashes, to say the least, as a phoenix and rise. Because let's be real frank, man. Neither one of them are looking out for all of us, and it's a gap for everybody. So
Talk about it, man.
this is a perfect time for somebody else to step out of the ashes. I know a lot of people have been saying AOC to run for president when she gets of age, and that's fine. But don't think that you got to sit in one party because it's no way in the world that we've been on a two party system for as long as we have. I can't believe that. That's shocking to me.
Yeah. But you hit the nail right on the head, bro. You said it. Money, financing.
Yeah.
Like the money's in there because the lobbyists are making changes. They're the ones that's making the changes behind the scenes. They're able to put money in somebody's pocket and able to say, "Hey, we'll give you this if you can get this passed for us." And it
Well, the
sucks
crazy
because
part, well, because you, and then I cut you off, but the crazy part is you bringing up the mapping. And the thing is, like the strong part about the mapping is that the big portions that are making these liberal decisions are in the cities, but the people who are making and driving the votes are the people who have more land. But the difference between the people with the land and the people in the cities is that there's more money in the cities than
hmm
there is on the land.
Mhm.
So it's got to be some people who are out there and say, like, look, we got to make this change now, and we're not gonna put our money. And that's what I don't want to get too political, but black people, we got to move our money together, man. I mean this like we got to move our money together in a strong way. Like we got to stop opposing and letting the shit that the people think that we supposed to hate each other over or like despise each other over. We got to get off of that, man. And there's no such thing as black on black crime and all that, but where's the black on black movement together? So we got to make sure that when we move as a conglomerate because that's how all these other races have done that. You know, there's a reason why there's a Chinatown, there's a reason why there's an Italy town, there's a reason that there's like that happens because they move as a conglomerate. So we gotta focus on that.
I agree with you 100%.
100%. Yeah.
And I think Ebony K. Williams also mentioned this, and she made her passionate plea on State of the Culture uh, about a month or two ago, where we got to start as a community. We have to start demanding things, and we're not going to give you our votes. We're not going to give you our voice, and we're not going to give you our power unless you meet our demands. And if you lie, mislead, or mistreat, then we're gonna make sure that you don't get another 4 years or 6 years or however long your term is. That is over. That is done. And like my brother just said, we got to stand together as a community. We got to. What do we really want? What do we really want as a community? Do we want safer schools? Do we want safer neighborhoods? Do we want more job opportunities? What do we want? We got to make these demands because, like my brother just said, there's a lot of communities that have made the same exact demands. And you know what? If they don't get what they want, they take their money, their resources, they pull them together, and they create their own. And they still go out and vote for who they think is in the best interest of them, not because of popularity. And we have to get out of that.
Coming together as one is very important. You know, we've seen that time and time again in different villages, and how other people move, and you know they're moving as a unit. But one other thing is consistency. You know, you can't feel strongly one day because something happened and let it die out because now you're not taken very seriously. You know, they I think that we're seen as, well, if we let the smoke clear, we give it a little bit of time, they'll go back to supporting us in ways that they may or may not know. So, on top of coming together and knowing what we want, I think one of the other bigger pieces to the pie needs to be consistency.
That's a fact.
Agreed.
That's a fact. I'm gonna say this real quick as well because the thing is that the thing that I'm mentioning about the black people moving as a conglomerate. The reason why Kamala is there right now is because the folks that do not have those conversations with the mass made that decision that hey, we're not going to support Biden if he doesn't have a black woman with him as the vice president. Let's be 100% clear. There was a lot of people who had the ear of Biden that made that happen, but they did not take in effect the mass. So you got people who speaking for you without reaching out to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like that, when I say we need to move as a conglomerate, everybody should have a voice.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I guess since Michelle turned him down, he went with the next best choice in his eyes.
Which is crazy because what's her name? I know her last name is Rice.
Susan Rice.
Susan Rice.
Yep.
Susan Rice was like it was reports that was where his thoughts was coming to be the next person was going to be Susan Rice, but Kamala came out of nowhere again. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm with you, bro. I would have loved Susan Rice or Keisha Lance. I think Stacey Abrams would have been a really good pick too. But I feel like Keisha's a little more. I feel like Keisha's a little more progressive to where she can kind of get both sides, and I think that's what would have been a perfect choice to have if you're going to have the old guard and the new progressives sort of move the Democratic Party in the place where they want to go. You know, but I would like to see honestly if either her or AOC or whoever else got left behind will kind of go on the independent route. I would like to see somebody with a lot of stature, a lot of polarizing popularity and really personality and great policies just run on their own. You don't need either party to do what you want to do. If you get people behind you, that's great. And I feel bad because I think Bernie should have done that. I think that was his biggest mistake.
Well, he was an independent running as a Democrat, which killed the whole shit.
Yeah.
And that's crazy that
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy that I said that we haven't had a true independent since the Bush era.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what Bernie would have fit
But he would have fit in there perfectly.
because he had progression, but he also had his things that was conservative.
Hmm.
So it would have worked.
Yeah. Yeah. But I don't know. I'm with you guys though. I just hope that whatever the case may be that um, she goes in and does what she's supposed to do and tries to win people that don't believe her over. And we'll kind of see where the chips fall when November comes.
I mean, you already know who you're voting for at this point, right?
Yeah, Kanye.
Ty? All right, Nick. All right, Mike
joking,
Cannon. Mike Cannon.
Where's Mr. West up here? Oh, there he goes. Check.
Mr. West.
No. You got to write him in. You got to write him in now. You can't even...
Write him in along with Daffy Duck and
Scrooge McDuck,
Scrooge and all them people, right?
Oh gosh.
Hey, look, y'all not ready, but watch. He about to come out with a statement saying, look, if you write me in, you get the free pair of 350, 700s, or whatever size you want.
That's all I need. Oh man, these is jokes, people. These is jokes.
Like, I'm trying to make sure I get my 350s. Do I need to write it in, or do I got the wrong ballot? I need to update my ballot.
It's the wrong rapper. It's the wrong rapper running. If it was Travis, if Travis Scott was running, boy. Hey, let me get them purples, them fours and the purple, size 9.5.
Oh man, yo, that's gonna be the next sick wave. Presidential candidates running selling sneakers when they campaign. That's gonna be the next wave.
Or Cardi B. We didn't talk about WAP because everybody keeps saying WAP, but that's Gucci Mane. WAP is Gucci Mane. WAP is WAP for our IT people.
That's a fact. Oh man, Cardi can run for president.
She didn't get my vote.
Yeah, she didn't get mine either, but she can run.
All right, next subject.
Oh my goodness!
Before we go down a path that we can't return.
Yeah.
So Bruce, that was a good point though. Before we move on though, y'all got any thoughts on WAP, man?
Hey man, look. These men have been talking how they want to talk forever. As soon as women want to talk about how they want to talk about it, y'all get mad. So who really the problem?
Or who trying to be in control all the time?
Facts.
Say that again, brother, because I don't think they heard you in the back.
Like I thought the whole subject for the heterosexual male was trying to get some WAP.
They only get WAP when it's convenient, man.
But even somebody else talk.
I'm about to say this because we ain't about to make no pit stop hour. It sounds like somebody trying to.
Somebody trying to go there, man.
No. I'm with you. I'm with you, bro. I just feel like, man, these dudes got to chill, man. And if you gonna be that way with them and the women doing this, you need to be that way with Uncle Luke, all them other guys.
Exactly.
That's been doing the same thing. So
For
all
years.
y'all old fat dads at home that they ain't getting nothing no way, just shut up, man.
Uncle Luke, y'all going that far back?
I'm just saying for historical context. That's all. We can go to Ross. We can go to anybody. I mean, Tory Lane. We can go to a lot of people.
Yeah, we really got to go that far.
Yeah,
back.
we got to.
I mean, when I was growing up, like the whole thing was when you go to the club, like to the teenage club, by the way, you go to the club, you had to hear that Akinele, put it in your mouth. That was way more vulgar than what them girls did.
Absolutely.
And I was 16 when that was 16. I was like 13, 12 when that was on, when I was in them partaking in the teenage clubs. I can say it now, it's statute of limitation. That's how. And I probably wasn't at the time getting it like that, but I mean, dang, that's what I wanted to hear. That Percolator and the Percolator, boy, when it was doing the Crybaby, I'm going distracted. I'm going on a tangent. But I'm just saying, man, like y'all mad about WAP and bruh.
Obviously, we got a large generation of people that's not listening to the lyrics.
Facts. I get even more upset is the black men who are arguing about WAP. Like Y'all are that corny. Like really, like let's be 100. Like y'all that corny. We partake in strip clubs, do we not?
Hey, I
Look, if everybody else scared of it, I'ma stand tall in it.
nah,
Bruce
man.
here. Look, I'm out
Nah.
here and I go to these strip clubs. I want to have a drink. I want to have a good time. Like,
Bruh, we
y'all
double
gotta-
tapping on model pictures. Like this will be this
Damn,
we objectify
that's what
everything.
Instagram was made for.
Exactly.
That's what it's made for. And y'all
Oh,
mad about
snap.
WAP? Y'all mad about WAP?
I couldn't really believe that headline though. I was like, what? Out of all the things,
Out of everything, right?
out of all
We're in
the
a
things.
pandemic. We're in a pandemic. Everybody's stuck in the house. It's probably some. Well, I was about to get real vulgar, but there's probably some people right now at the house entertaining themselves. They ain't got nothing to do. We might as well look at a WAP video.
Watching it on mute too, by the way.
Oh man.
Yeah, like we ain't got time to hear from y'all, man. All y'all black dads that's trying to protect y'all daughters. Why don't y'all tell y'all daughters the truth about how you really got down when you was her age or
Hey,
younger?
look, one day we're gonna talk about how deep this got, but man, y'all got
Yeah.
really deep about WAP. Y'all got so deep about WAP that y'all just took the video segments and like turned it into a racial thing. And
Jesus.
y'all clearly the ones who don't go to the strip clubs. Cause look, I've been to the strip club and I know that sometimes the girl who getting the money, the one who ain't doing the most. So I mean, if somebody with the initials KJ is in the video and then they ain't do nothing, look, that's normal strip club activity.
Basically.
Facts. Yeah.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
So y'all making them change.org with your man
Hold on.
with Sean King.
Hold on, bro. You for real?
Yeah, they made a change.org to get her about the video.
What?
Yeah, they wanted. Look, I'm gonna go. All right.
Hold on,
They
bro.
they made a change.org to get Kendall Jenner out of the WAP video because she ain't had to do nothing, and everybody's supposed to be like going crazy about her. But I mean, that's how it is in the strip club, though. It be the one who don't got nothing, they ain't doing nothing, getting money, and I don't understand. I don't be the one giving her money. Like, you ain't do nothing. I'm gonna give you some money. You ain't do nothing.
I had no idea this was this deep. I'm just say that. I had no idea it was that deep.
Yeah, I'm with you, Ty. I didn't realize they had a change.org petition.
Yeah, and they got Sean King running the change.org, right?
Oh, y'all following that idiot
He
around?
missed the Sean King. He missed the change.org, right?
100%.
So
Somebody to change his Twitter handle.
He stole y'all money again. He's just as good as Goop. No, never mind. I ain't gonna do that.
Umar.
Hey, Ty, Mike, man, come on, man. Sometimes I can't fill in them gaps. Y'all can't fill in them gaps, man. They know the listeners know where I'm going.
My bad.
He took Gumar and turned into Umar.
Oh man, yeah. Y'all keep following Sean King. Y'all broke like Umar got y'all broke. Don't stop messing around.
And where else can y'all get this kind of content, even if it's a week behind, man? Whiskey and Wisdom podcast, always, bro.
Nowhere
else, man.
Just stop saying WAP, man. It's called WAP. Like, it don't even make. It's called wet ass. So why would it be WAP?
Nobody can tell you, bro. Can't nobody tell you. Can't nobody tell you.
Them the same ones that's complaining on Instagram talking about, yeah, my daughter, you can't even spell WAP. And it's spelled out for you in the song.
WAP.
Right.
All right, man. Let's move on, man, because that wasn't even a topic, and we just turned that into like a good 20 minutes, right?
Dang, sure won't.
Yeah.
I guess we got to hold on to our next topic to next time, because golly.
Yeah.
Unless we about to pull another one. We want to pull another one?
Might as well.
Let's go.
They're going to get a little overtime tonight, man. So I want to take the time right now, man. I want to ask y'all a question, man. Like, me, man, I'm a Bruce and I'm a Junior. So like, there's a little history with my name. So all my time growing up, man, I had to live in the shadow of my father. And I lost my father early in my life. So there's a lot of things that I wasn't privy there for, and a lot of things that I gotta carry or kind of live up to because of what my father was, man. And I, I've been having conversations with the lady, and she wants to do something for her grandfather to commemorate. That's how you say it, right? The
Yeah,
whiskey
yeah,
Yeah,
and like,
yeah.
all
yeah,
right.
yeah.
I'm just making sure, man. Look, sometimes I gotta make sure.
You
No, we
good,
got
bro?
you.
You good?
We got you. We got you, brother.
So I just want to make sure that, like, am I in the wrong by thinking this way? But in my eyes, I'm like, look, I don't want to name my child somebody who they won't be able to meet or have to live up to the in the shadow of. You know what I mean? Because I want my child to be their own person. Because I know what it feels like. I know what it feels like to be named after somebody who's like near and dear to somebody, and how hard it is to live up to that. I want to ask y'all. I want to open up the forum right now in the Whiskey and Wisdom podcast about like living up or the thoughts of being a junior or a second or a third or whatever. What would y'all think about that, man?
There's one thing I love about this podcast and doing this with y'all, man. Even though y'all are my brothers, we always have a lot of conversations, and my wife and I have had this conversation a lot in the past. And when we first started broaching the subject of kids, um, I was against it. I took the same approach that you took, and I didn't really want to name my son after me. I didn't want him to carry on the lineage of my name. And honestly, she kind of convinced me otherwise and was like, well, just because you don't want your son to have your same name as you, he's not necessarily living in the shadows of your dad. You know, he's living in the shadows of you. And so when she said that, um, I took that as, you know, I'm not gonna have him live in the shadows of anything. If I want him to give if I want to give him that name, I want him to do whatever he wants to do with that name. I just want to make sure that the name and the family lineage carries on only because there are not a lot of males on my side of the family that have that same last name. So I wanted to make sure that gets carried on through him, and whether he decides to go forward with it or not, that's on him. But I will make sure that I let him know, my son know, that if he has that name, there is no added pressure. There is no expectations to live up to. I just want him to be the best version of him that he can become. Be the best man that he can become. Be the best son. Be the best boyfriend, husband, father, grandson. Be the best man that he can become. There's no expectations, no no frivolous barometers that he has to meet or exceed. Just do what you do best. And honestly, whatever you do, I'm gonna be proud of you regardless. And I think that's one thing that men that want to carry in that lineage should let their child know if that's what they want to do. I don't think we should feel that burden of having to not do it because we had to live with expectations. I know my dad wanted me to live up to his expectations, and I was like, you know what, I'm not gonna do what you did because a lot of things that he did I didn't agree with, and I still don't to this day. And you know, he might not have a great reputation with his name, but I'm gonna make sure that when they hear my name, it is gonna be held with a level of respect, love, and admiration. And I don't really care if it gets world renowned, but as long as my friends, my family, and my wife and the people that I love hold me to that, then that's really all that matters at the end of the day.
What about you, Ty? What do you think on this?
You know, I kind of side with Mike. It's a lot of layers of pressure that we come into the world with. Um, you haven't even said your first word before certain labels and things are placed upon you. Just because what you look like or where you came from. And on top of that, to add, what your father did and how he carried himself and maybe his accomplishments and, maybe his financial status, whatever it is. A good heart. It doesn't have to be nothing substantial, but you're still in the back of your mind not having your own identity because you're trying to please someone else. And it's not that they're making you do it. I feel like it's just already instilled in you when you know what your name is and where the history of it and where it came from. You start to try to figure out things that you can do to live up to something. Uh, and I wouldn't say on the flip side, but kind of going hand in hand. Another thing I can see an issue with is, maybe they are able to meet, their father or grandfather. Maybe they are still around and they can still have conversations and do things. Eh, Some some of the parental uh parental positions, no, I won't say positions. Parental family, grandfathers, mothers, aunties, what uncles, some of them can kind of formulate what they see you as or what they have seen you as before you can get to a place of formulating what you want out of life for yourself. What I mean by that is, you maybe your mother or maybe your father had in their heart that you were going to be a doctor or a lawyer or a basketball player, football, whatever it is. But they have this idea, some, not all, but they have an idea of what they thought you would be or what they wanted you to be, and they kind of try to stir you into what this profession or occupation is. And a lot of times it's based off of history, what someone else in the family already did, and maybe they were successful, so they seen them go through the steps and they see you're in line with that person. It kind of all meshes together. However, the issue I see with that is, now the person already child or whomever doesn't already have their own identity, they feel, because they're trying to do something that's really not what is for them, it's for someone else. And on top of that, we're not allowing them to be free of their own thoughts and ideologies and ideas to choose their own occupation or profession or things that they're passionate about. So I mean, I can see the other side of like wanting to commemorate, you know, family members, but I can also see and have seen and have experienced the other side of kind of having things set for you. And if you go against that, you start to create turmoil, which is not your intention, but it sort of goes down a bad path.
Yeah, I can see that too. Like, to add on top of having to live in somebody else's shadow, you got these expectations that people have set for you before you even took your first breath. And that's extremely tough. I think we see that outside of our community a lot more than we see in our own community. Like in our community, it's like, oh, I'm gonna teach my son to play basketball or to be baseball or football or
Yeah.
something like that, right?
Right. Yeah.
But like in other communities, it's like, oh, you're a letdown if you don't become a doctor, or you're a letdown if you're not a lawyer, because that's like jobs or careers that are seek that is like above,
Hmm. Or
you
if
know?
you don't want to take on the family business. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. 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 So I mean, I definitely see that side of it too. It's just, to me, it's just tough. Me personally, I always wanted to have my child be their own person, like to be to their own name, not to have to live behind mine, because like I live behind my father's, or or to live behind somebody else because they lived their life. Like they had a 20-year, 30-year, 40-year head start.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like it should be dope to be able to make your own name for yourself. Like you the first one of our kind who done that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, yeah. It's funny you actually say that because I had a conversation with my grandfather, and I asked him. I said, "Gramps, why did you not name my dad after you?" He said, "Well, there's too many damn Michaels in the world." I mean, he said, "There's too many damn Levi's in the world." So he said, "I'm gonna name him something else." So I said, "Well, Gramps," I
Uh,
said, "Well, what if I want to name my son Michael?" He said, "You can do what you want to do." He said, "But you'd be a damn fool." He said, "There's too many Michaels in the world." I said, "All right, is your answer to everything gonna be just too many people in the world named Levi or Mike? Like, what is your answer? What's the real answer?" And then he kind of echoed what you guys have basically just kind of stated and eloquently mentioned that it's good to have your own name and your own identity. I think it's good to kind of carve out your own niche with your name and make your own history with that name. And and when he told me, I kind of understood where he was coming from, but I guess I was also looking at it from rose-colored glasses because you know I, my father named me after him, but I never once felt like I had to be like him. And I guess a lot of that had to do with me in the relationship that we had as growing up as a kid. So I've always just kind of like took my name and made it my own. And I never really did that. But to you guys' point, there were those expectations that were set because you do have those same ticks, you have those same mannerisms, you have those same personality traits that can kind of make you similar to your father. So yes, being that namesake can sometimes be a little bit of a reminder to others that yeah, you are your father's son.
Even
And
you look like him. Like you look,
yeah.
that's
yeah,
you look
yeah,
just like your daddy.
Uh-huh.
yeah, yeah,
And it's like, and I'm a junior. Like, what? You what, bro?
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
I used to hate going to my grandma's house. She'd be like, "Lord Bruce."
Oh my
Nah,
God, I hate that.
Yeah.
nah, I'm Big Bruce, man. Like,
Yeah.
I'm me.
Yeah.
Like 2 Chainz said, shout out 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
Legit. No, I'm with you, bro. I hate that. Like, and then all of a sudden, when you get to a certain age, they finally stop calling you Little Mike. Say, yeah, you bigger than your father now. Yeah, I've been bigger than him since I was 16. So, you guys finally gonna let that go now?
Facts.
But, I mean,
Facts. And
Mhm.
that's the other part they don't ever want to talk about. That there were shortcomings that that person who was here before me had that I'm not making. So give
yep,
me my credit.
Mhm.
absolutely,
Mhm.
absolutely, absolutely. And don't get upset with me when I chose to go a different route than the one that you went, but you insisted that I do what you wanted me to do. No, I
Mm.
can't do that. I can't do
Yeah,
that.
see, I hate
But
that, man, because then my bad. I ain't mean to cut you
no, no,
off,
no,
bro.
no, I ain't talking no more. I'm done because I can go on and on for that. But we'll say that for another pod.
Well, I'm gonna say my piece. Uh, I hate that part because you. I think you got to figure out like what's the battle that you want to pick, right? Because you picking a battle of you trying to tell your son and your daughter, no, you're gonna do this because I know what this can do for you while they're still in a growing state. Their mind is still thinking about, what they like. You're what you like changes so much as you grow into a young adult. I mean, you can say you want to be this one day, and you learn a little bit about that profession or whatever it is, and next year you hate it. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? So
Yep.
you have to pick the battle because one, you can stand stern in what you believe your kids should do, right? Well, you know what you're going to lose is a deeper bonding type of relationship with them because they don't trust you. They feel that you don't trust them enough to make the right decision. So you're already going to kill the relationship a bit. You're going to do some damage to it because you're not being any type of supportive to what they want to do for themselves. Instead of placing, all of these pressures on them like no, you need to be a doctor, you need to be a lawyer, you need to go to school. Everybody does not need to go to school.
Yeah.
If you have no idea what you're going to school for, you're wasting money. Anyways, um, everybody's not meant for these paths that parents try to put on their kids. And then there comes bumping heads, and you lose the relationship, and there's tension, and you get in the room and you can feel the tension even if you're not really directly involved in it. And it spreads and it spreads and it kind of just breaks the family, which it kind of goes back to some earlier thoughts of us being together in union. Well, some of our families aren't even in unison.
Yeah.
You know, some of
Talk
our
about it.
where we came from aren't even together. We're not even on the same page. So, you know, it stems so far and it can go so deep if you think about it long enough to where, man, like, is that really a battle? Like I should pick as long as they're staying positive, as long as they're not getting into any negativity or mischief, which there will be a level of that just because they're gonna learn and they're gonna bump their heads, they're gonna fall, you're gonna need to pick them up. It is what it is. You did the same thing. But like try to be a little bit more supportive in what their creative minds are thinking about. Because granted, today, if we had not had minds wanting to take a different path, where in the world would we be today?
Man,
Would we love some of the things that we love, or would we enjoy some of the things that we do, or things that we eat, or things that we drink, or places we go? Like,
Mm,
come on, just choose the battle that you want to pick because that can do way more damage than you just supporting and standing back and seeing how things go before you dismiss it.
that's a bar.
absolutely.
Because sometimes maybe your seed and your company that you want somebody to take over is really the seed for the next generation to do their own thing.
Right.
Maybe it's not for them to be to take over. Maybe your seed was to be able to be the front money for them to do the next thing in a different area.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And they can have that head start because of what you've done. Like your life doesn't have to be in vain or whatever. You know, I did this and I gave the front money and then my son is a YouTube star and he get $1 million
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah.
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 And he's got his own show. And you know, like who knows?
Yeah. I'll just say too, if you do have a name and you want to name your son after you and make him your namesake, don't try to live your life vicariously through him.
Oh,
Mm,
that's yes.
mhm.
Allow your son to be the best version of him, and let him know that from the beginning.
Son or
Don't,
daughter.
yeah, son or daughter. Don't don't let them have a false sense of hope that one day they're gonna make you proud. You should be proud of your child, regardless of what they decide to do, and push them in the right direction. Push them into the direction where they want to be to fulfill their life and their dreams and their hopes. Because unfortunately, like my brother just said, if families aren't even conjoined together, how can a child really be raised in a proper village? Because sometimes we say people kill their own dreams, but a lot of times I think family and parents can kill dreams faster than the kids can.
Mm.
Facts.
That's the mic with the drop.
Always coming through, boy.
Always,
Oh,
boy.
man, come on, man! I thought we got rid of that last week.
Last week. And look,
uh,
fellas, man, we be remiss not having a segment to talk about this man. Like he's been one of the how else I want to say it, man. He's been a strong point in our relationship. He's been somebody that we've bonded together talking about. How did y'all enjoy your Nipsey Hussle's birthday yesterday? We record on Sundays, and yesterday, Saturday, was Nipsey Hussle's birthday, and he would have been 35. Man, it's crazy, bro. Like, what's some of the things that y'all want to say or leave off with before we close out tonight, man, about Nipsey Hussle?
um, forgive me if I don't say it the right way or quote it the right way, but like judging a book by its cover is so far in the ground. We had a brother that looked like us, and some could have seen him and not known what he was all about. And I'd be one of the first to say that I did not know much about Nipsey Hussle um, a little bit prior to his untimely passing. But when I did do my research and I did go back and find out, what his message was and what he was trying to get to his neighborhood and his community and across the world, was very, very powerful. And it caused me to not make changes, but be more aware of what our own powers are, and kind of just starting in your backyard and being consistent, whatever your message is and whatever it is that you want to do. You don't have to conform to the world, which is something he definitely did not do. He believed in himself and he had the courage to do the things that he wanted to bring to fruition, and people jumped on and followed and helped him along the way. But it still started with him, having those goals and having those passions and things instilled in him and not being selfish with it. I mean, he would share it in a heartbeat. And I often go back and listen and watch a couple videos over weekends, and I'm kind of, since this, since he's gone, he's not with us anymore. It's been a motivational piece for me, just kind of listening to a story over and over again, or maybe a certain lyric, kind of sparked a little energy for me to refocus and get prepared for another week or whatever it is that I'm trying to do. So I just I appreciate his body of work in a very short time frame. Brother was very gifted and talented, and so sorry we lost him on the earth, but his spirit is still very strong. And as he always said, the marathon is definitely still continued.
Yeah, honestly, everything Ty just said uh, kind of got me a little emotional thinking about Nips. Just him and uh, what he could have done had he had more time. But I think the beautiful part, if there is any beauty in it, is the revolution that he sparked in people's minds, the the energy that he invoked in individuals that listened to his words and listened to his quotes and his lyrics and his messages, his music, um, to be able to spawn their own creative nature, their own business savvy, their own mentality to push forward in this life that we living in. And um, I'm not going to say anything else because I think Ty really just put everything in a cap for me. Um, even being a long time listener of him, um, it was just amazing to see the love that he got. You know, when he started getting the notoriety from the public that he should have received years ago. Um, but I do want to leave y'all with this particular quote, um, which makes this podcast and really everything that I do uh, special. Is that the company you keep has a large influence on the situations you bring to yourself. So just make sure you surround yourself with people that are like minded, that are progressing and focused on the same goals. And birds of a feather really true do flock together. Rest in peace, Nip.
Yeah, man. I just want to take a quick time to say, man, I really wish I would have been able to appreciate the time while he was here as much as I have, like, after, like, not appreciate, but like to be able to express. That's probably the best way to say it. Because I knew about Nipsey from, I knew he had a rap thing going. I knew, like, he was building something on his own, but where I had my intervention with Nipsey was from the tech side. I think I spoke on this when we talked about it on the podcast right after he had passed. Um, Nipsey he's a prominent figure, or was a prominent figure on like technology and like advancement of a neighborhood and advancement of our community. He was one of those people that he didn't just judge people by like what they look like. You know what I mean? And it was a walking example of not judging people what they look like. You know what I mean? Because he would seem as if he would be somebody who was not in the know, or seem as if he was somebody who was like, is a certain way, only ran a certain path. But boy, was the world wrong about him. He was a growing person. He's a growing man, father, husband, boyfriend, like growing person that, he's gonna make mistakes. He's gonna stand on the side of wrong sometimes, but he's gonna be educated enough to realize and see when he's on the wrong and correct those wrongs. And man, he's an example of how I want to be when I looked at the end of my journey. Somebody who wasn't always having to be correct, always wasn't having to be like the best, and just he stood the ground. You know what I mean? He stood on principles that everybody should stand on, and and that was it. You know what I mean? He stood on the principles, and he educated himself enough to be able to advance not just himself but his family and friends and people around him. And be a spark and glow in those people's lives. So R.I.P. Nip, man, and is gone and not forgetting. Um, Play a lot of Nipsey Hussle. I still play a lot of Nipsey Hussle even when it's not his birthday, man. Just because the music means more now than I think it meant when he was actually laying those verses down. And that's a stance. That's a stamp of somebody really beyond their time, man.
That's a
R.I.P. Nip.
fact.
Yes, sir. RP.
But man. I mean, I guess it's the only way we can close out, right? Because I don't want to laugh no more because it kind of closed out kind of seriously.
Any last thoughts?
No, I was gonna say, man, we all love Nip on this pod, and the love he's gotten around the world, and we just want to send our love and prayers to his family, Sam, Lauren, his kids, his children, just anybody who's a lover of Nipsey, knew him personally. Our prayers and love go to you guys too, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Prayers up. Prayers up. All right. Well, this has been another installment of the Whiskey and Wisdom podcast. This is episode number 34. Thank you guys for all the support. Thank you for coming back and listening week after week with us. Thank you for rocking with us. You can follow us and keep up with us multiple ways. If you love social media scene, you can check us out on Twitter at Whiskey WISD1. You can also check us out on IG, Instagram at Whiskey and Wisdom Pod. On Instagram, man, check us out on Mondays. We drop a question of the week. Also do Thoughtful Thursday, so check that out. And just hanging there with us, man. Check us out. Keep following us. Keep showing love. We love all the support we're seeing. Also, check out our website, man. Check out our website, Whiskey and AND wisdompodcast.com, where you can also stream our podcast as well as Apple Podcasts, SoundCloud, and Spotify. And as we always like to say, man, listening is learning. Learning is listening. Until next time, peace.
Hold on. Make sure y'all hit the website for that new playlist that Ty's cleaning up. The marathon continues, man. So definitely make a shout out for that. Shout out to Mike on Slow Jams. And new playlist coming. So stay tapped in on the website and on the YouTube.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And like I always like to say, wear your damn mask.
Please.
Please don't stop doing that.
Please. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Peace.